two snakes, two continents. Both are widely considered among the most dangerous venomous snakes on Earth. Both are large, fast, and armed with neurotoxic venom capable of killing an adult human in a matter of hours without treatment. Both have reputations so formidable that even experienced herpetologists treat encounters with extreme caution. The black mamba of sub-Saharan Africa, the coastal taipan of eastern Australia and New Guinea. For decades, scientists and wildlife enthusiasts have debated which of these two snakes is more dangerous. And the answer, as we will discover, is considerably more complex and more interesting than a simple ranking can convey. Today, WildForge explores every dimension that separates these two extraordinary animals, their evolutionary origins, their physical characteristics, the nature and potency of their venoms, their behavior, their hunting strategies, and the genuine question of what makes each of them so uniquely dangerous in its own right. Despite sharing a reputation as two of the world's most dangerous snakes, the black mamba and the coastal taipan belong to completely different evolutionary lineages within the venomous snake world. The black mamba, Dendroaspis polylepis, belongs to the family Elapidae and the genus Dendroaspis, the mambas. There are 4 species of mamba in total, the black mamba and 3 species of green mamba, all found exclusively in sub-Saharan Africa. The genus Dendroaspis is ancient and has been evolving independently in Africa for tens of millions of years. Despite their name, black mambas are not black. The name refers to the distinctive blue-black coloration of the inside of the mouth, which is dramatically displayed during defensive threat displays. The body of the black mamba is typically olive, grayish-brown, or khaki in color, providing effective camouflage in the dry savanna and rocky terrain it prefers. The coastal taipan, Oxyuranus scutellus, belongs to the same family Elapidae, but to the entirely separate genus Oxyuranus, the taipans. There are 3 recognized species of taipan: the coastal taipan, the inland taipan, also known as the fierce snake, and the western desert taipan. All 3 are found only in Australia and New Guinea. The taipan lineage evolved in isolation within the Australian continent as part of the remarkable independent radiation of elapid snakes that occurred there following Australia's separation from other land masses. Approximately 80% of Australia's snake species are venomous elapids, a fact that reflects the unique evolutionary history of the continent and the absence of the vipers and other snake families that dominate venomous snake diversity on other continents. Both the black mamba and the coastal taipan represent what biologists call independent evolution toward a similar ecological strategy: large, fast, highly venomous active hunters, but they arrived at this strategy through completely separate evolutionary paths on separate continents. In terms of size, the black mamba is the larger of the 2 species and holds a record of its own. It is the longest venomous snake in Africa and the second longest venomous snake in the world after the king cobra. Adult black mambas typically measure between 2 and 3 meters in total length, with exceptional individuals reliably recorded at 4 meters, and rare unverified accounts claiming lengths approaching 4.5 meters. Their body is slender and aerodynamically built, a long, graceful, muscular tube designed for rapid movement across open terrain and through vegetation. The head is distinctive, long, narrow, and coffin-shaped, a description frequently used by herpetologists that adds considerably to the snake's unsettling reputation. The eyes are medium-sized with round pupils. The scales are smooth and give the body a sleek, almost metallic appearance in certain lighting conditions. The coastal taipan is a substantially large snake in its own right, though consistently smaller than the black mamba. Adults typically measure between 1.5 and 2.5 meters, with exceptional individuals reaching 2.9 meters. The body is similarly slender and built for active pursuit, though somewhat more robustly built than the Mamba's extremely streamlined frame. The head is long and distinctively narrow, somewhat similar in shape to the Mamba's head, with large eyes that reflect the coastal Taipan's role as a visually oriented diurnal hunter. The coloration is typically light to dark brown on the back with a paler cream or orange-yellow belly, often with an orange or reddish tinge along the flanks that makes it identifiable to experienced observers. Both species share the slender, elongated body plan that characterizes fast, active hunters among venomous snakes, in contrast to the heavy, ambush-adapted body shapes of vipers and pythons. Both are capable of raising a significant portion of their body off the ground when threatened or when investigating their environment, giving them an elevated field of vision and a more imposing profile. This shared physical strategy for active hunting is another example of convergent evolution, separate lineages independently arriving at similar physical solutions to the same ecological challenge. The black mamba holds a well-documented reputation as the fastest snake in the world, a claim that requires some clarification but is broadly supported by field observations and controlled studies. Black mambas have been reliably measured moving at speeds of approximately 16 to 19 kilometers per hour in short bursts, with occasional unverified claims of speeds up to 20 kilometers per hour. This makes the black mamba significantly faster than a typical human walking pace and capable of briefly matching a slow human run. However, it is important to note that these speeds are achieved only in very short bursts. The black mamba, like all snakes, cannot sustain high speeds over significant distances, and the majority of its movement is considerably slower. The black mamba's speed is most practically relevant, not in active pursuit of prey, for the black mamba, like the coastal taipan, primarily locates prey through patient stalking and chemical detection rather than sustained open ground chase, but in its defensive behavior. A disturbed black mamba can move away from a threat with remarkable rapidity, covering several meters in seconds. This speed of escape, combined with the snake's highly defensive nature when cornered, contributes significantly to its danger to humans. The coastal taipan is also an exceptionally fast snake by any measure, widely regarded as the fastest striking venomous snake in Australia, but it does not match the black mamba's recorded top speeds in sustained movement. The taipan's speed is most evident in its strike, a lightning-fast multiple-bite attack that can deliver venom with devastating efficiency before a threat has time to react. This is the section that most clearly separates the black mamba and the coastal taipan, and it is considerably more complex than popular rankings of most venomous snakes typically convey. The black mamba's venom is a potent cocktail primarily composed of neurotoxins, specifically dendrotoxins and alpha neurotoxins, that interfere with the transmission of nerve signals across synapses, rapidly causing paralysis of voluntary muscles, including critically the muscles of respiration. The venom also contains cardiotoxins that directly affect heart function. A black mamba delivers venom through relatively short fixed front fangs, a typical elapid fang structure, and can inject between 100 and 400 milligrams of venom in a single bite, which is an exceptionally large quantity. The estimated lethal dose for a human adult is approximately 10 to 15 milligrams, meaning a single full bite can deliver many times the lethal quantity. Without anti-venom treatment, a black mamba bite is considered almost universally fatal. Early symptom progression includes localized pain, swelling, tingling, and rapidly developing neurological symptoms, including drooping eyelids, difficulty swallowing, and progressive paralysis. Death from respiratory failure can occur within 7 to 15 hours in an untreated adult, and in exceptional cases of heavy envenomation, fatalities have been documented within as little as 20 minutes. This rapid onset of systemic effects makes the black mamba one of the most acutely dangerous snakes in the world from a medical perspective. The coastal taipan's venom presents a different but equally alarming profile. The primary components are potent presynaptic neurotoxins, most notably paradoxin, that cause a syndrome called presynaptic neuromuscular blockade, in which the snake's venom prevents the release of neurotransmitters at the junction between nerve and muscle. This leads to rapid, progressive, and ultimately irreversible paralysis if antivenom is not administered promptly. The coastal taipan's venom also contains powerful procoagulant toxins, substances that cause a dangerous condition called consumptive coagulopathy, in which the blood's clotting factors are consumed in an uncontrolled cascade, leaving the victim unable to form new blood clots. This combination of neurotoxic and procoagulant effects makes the coastal taipan's envenomation syndrome particularly complex and medically challenging to treat. In terms of raw venom toxicity as measured by LD50, the standard laboratory measure of the dose required to kill 50% of a test population of mice, the coastal taipan's venom is considerably more potent than the black mamba's on a weight-for-weight basis. The coastal taipan's inland relative, the inland taipan, has the most toxic venom of any snake in the world by LD50 measurement. However, the black mamba compensates for its relatively lower venom potency through an enormous volume of venom delivery, injecting far more venom per bite than the taipan, meaning that in practical terms, the medical outcomes of untreated bites from both species are comparably catastrophic. The behavior and temperament of the black mamba and the coastal taipan are frequently compared, but they differ in important ways that have direct consequences for human safety. The black mamba has a reputation for aggression that is partly deserved and partly exaggerated. In truth, black mambas are highly alert and nervous snakes that will actively flee from a perceived threat when escape routes are available. They are not predisposed to attack unprovoked, and the vast majority of human envenomations involve snakes that felt cornered, threatened, or accidentally disturbed. However, when a black mamba does feel trapped or directly threatened, it responds with a dramatic and genuinely terrifying defensive display. It raises the anterior third of its body off the ground, flattens and widens its neck into a narrow hood, opens its mouth to display the jet black interior that gives the snake its name, and produces an audible hiss. If this warning is not heeded, the black mamba will deliver a rapid series of bites, not a single defensive strike, but multiple bites in rapid succession, maximizing venom delivery and making each encounter potentially far more dangerous than that of many other venomous snakes. The coastal taipan shows somewhat different behavioral tendencies. It is generally considered a highly alert, fast-moving snake that will usually attempt to escape when encountered. However, coastal taipans are known to be unpredictable when cornered. They can deliver extremely rapid multiple strikes with very little warning, and they are considered by Australian herpetologists and medical professionals to be among the most medically dangerous snakes in the country, not because of their aggression per se, but because of their speed, the potency and complexity of their venom, and the difficulty of predicting their response to perceived threats. A critical difference in the human risk profile of these two species relates to their habitat overlap with human populations. The black mamba lives across vast areas of sub-Saharan Africa where rural populations have limited access to medical facilities and anti-venom is frequently unavailable or unaffordable. This combination of a highly venomous snake and inadequate medical infrastructure makes the black mamba responsible for a disproportionately large number of snakebite fatalities relative to its actual rate of envenomation. The coastal taipan, while living in close proximity to human settlements in parts of coastal Queensland and New South Wales in Australia, benefits from the country's excellent medical infrastructure, widespread anti-venom availability, and rapid emergency services, factors that dramatically reduce the fatality rate from taipan bites despite the snake's formidable venom. Both the black mamba and the coastal taipan are active diurnal hunters, meaning they hunt primarily during daylight hours using a combination of stealth, speed, and sensory detection rather than passive ambush. The black mamba hunts primarily small to medium-sized mammals, particularly rodents, hyraxes, and small birds, as well as other reptiles, including other snakes. It uses its excellent binocular vision and a highly sensitive vomeronasal system, the tongue-flicking sense organ that detects chemical traces in the environment, to locate and track prey. Once prey is detected and within striking range, the black mamba delivers a rapid strike and injects a large quantity of venom before releasing the prey to die at a safe distance, then tracking the deceased animal by following its scent trail. The coastal taipan hunts primarily small to medium-sized mammals, especially the introduced black rat, which is abundant in the agricultural and modified environments the taipan frequently inhabits, using a very similar strategy of active visual and chemical detection, followed by rapid venom injection. The taipan's hunting technique is notable for its efficiency. It typically strikes quickly, injects a large dose of venom, releases the prey, and then follows the scent trail to the dying or dead animal, minimizing the risk of injury from the prey's defensive responses. So, what is the real difference between the black mamba and the coastal taipan? Both are among the most venomous and medically dangerous snakes on Earth. Both are fast, alert, and highly efficient predators. Both are members of the same broad family Elapidae, yet they evolved their remarkable capabilities independently on separate continents, millions of years apart. The black mamba is larger, faster in sustained movement, and delivers a greater volume of venom per bite than the coastal taipan. Its combination of size, speed, aggressive defensive behavior when cornered, and massive venom delivery, combined with the medical realities of the regions where it lives, make it responsible for devastating human mortality across sub-Saharan Africa. The coastal taipan possesses venom that is more potent on a weight-for-weight basis, with a complex envenomation syndrome that is challenging to treat even with modern medical care. Its speed of strike and its unpredictable defensive behavior make encounters extremely dangerous. Neither snake is more dangerous in any absolute sense. They are dangerous in different ways, in different contexts, and for different reasons. What unites them is something far more important than their differences. Both are remarkable products of millions of years of evolution, and both remind us that the natural world contains complexity and power that continues to demand our deepest respect. Thank you for watching.